Hello everybody, that runner Matt here, and today you join me for a Headington 5 race vlog. Headington 5 is a flat, but wouldn't necessarily say fast. There's quite a lot of turns. 5 miler, here comes the geography test, north to northeast of the centre of Oxford, he hopes. 5 miler, part of the Oxfordshire Grand Prix as well. This year, not county champs. It was county champs last year, but they have decided not to take that mantle. It is going to Encham 10k instead. So hopefully we'll grab a little bit of footage of on the way there, the warm-up, and potentially, if there's anyone out on the course, some race footage, and then more than likely the majority of the video will be post-race reaction, thoughts, and yes, we will go from there and jump right into it. Join me on the cool down on the phone, so probably going to be a bit shaky. So yeah, quick push race thoughts. Didn't pick up a plaster before we set off this morning. Had to borrow one from the event team, from the medical team. As you know, thanks to the medical team for being there, but plasters just weren't up to scratch. I'm guessing they weren't sweat resistant. So about 2 miles in, plaster came off, and so from 2 right up until the end, I was really suffering. Again, I won't show the result. It's pretty nasty blister, but it's my own fault for not preparing, not bringing the things that I should. Finished 4th, so 2 places down on last year, but 20 seconds quicker. So just a bit of a higher quality at the top end. I think the first guy in went sub 25, which, I mean, I can hold that pace for 5k at the moment, but just not for 5 miles. And I mean, essentially, I should have finished 3rd, but the guy that did finish 3rd from Newbury, forgotten his name, which is terrible because I'm racing him all the time. I think my phone just stopped. Anyway, I think where I was that I was going to be running back down the A40 today, after the race with Max, but the hill was just, there's just no point in making it a whole lot worse, because I mean the plaster was there, it's in my shoe, in my sock, but yeah, it's not going to stay on for another 11-12 miles. So just having a continuously jogging around this field until about 11 o'clock, and hopefully I'll get some footage of the prize giving then. And yeah. join me on Monday. We are just throwing in a little bit of extra content to, well, not necessarily pad out the Headington 5 vlog, but just to update on what's gone on from that, and a couple of extra thoughts. And I'd like to thank Sean Kelly for his video of me at mile 4. That is also uploaded as a short, but I do need to make. I did mention in the first part of the cool down that I was 20 seconds quicker than last year. I wasn't. I completely messed up my times. It was an entire 1 second quicker than last year. Thanks to Fraser for putting the age grading out. When I saw that, it was a whole 0.05% higher than Didcot, and I was like, hang on, Didcot I know I did in the same time as Headington last year, so therefore Headington this year must have only been that 1 second faster than it was. So not to worry, as I said in the cool down, you know, got a lot of mileage in the legs, so can't complain. It's not the end goal. I was first Oxfordshire, and Witney got the team prize for the men, so that is looking positive for the Grand Prix as well. Witney 10 is on this Saturday, and also Hanny 5, which I've mentioned once or twice, has been officially cancelled, so that is a bit of a shame. For the Grand Prix, I reckon we could have got a decent team out, but then again, it's still an opportunity for the other teams to get some points. It just all depends who shows up on the day. It will be a good opportunity to get a big week of training in. That is the week in between Chippenham Half, which I am planning on doing a 1 week taper, so I'm only going to be doing, I say only, 60 miles a week is still quite a lot of mileage for a lot of people, but the plan is to do 60 miles for that week of Chippenham Half, then bump it straight back up for the week that Hanny would have been on, but now it's not, and then the week after is peak week, which will conclude with Cricklade Half. Hopefully I can hold that at marathon pace with a lot of mileage in the leg. Last week's training with 73 miles, considering I was going to run back but then ended up not. Can't complain. Week before was 80 miles, which was a lot more than I was planning. I was going to go in the range of 65 to 70, but when you have got nothing much else to do than run, you might as well just run. I haven't had a huge amount of problems. There was a sort of shin splinty like pain in the middle of last week, but that seems to have gone. Did another 16 this morning on Bank Holiday Monday. Not that I quite know what that is at the moment. Can't quite tell the difference. Had a little bit of pain on just under the knee after for the first 1 or 2 miles, but then once we got going, there was nothing. Sat down, did my stretches when I got home, and then it flared up again just going up the stairs and getting a bit of lunch. So not quite sure what's going on with that. I feel like in my head, if it's fine after a mile or two after you've warmed up, then there shouldn't be too much cause for concern, but it is certainly something to keep an eye on, especially if I'm trying to keep up the mileage. And then of course racing Witney on Saturday, and not racing motivation, but trying to do that at marathon pace and hoping to run there. We will see how. I'm going to have to check how far that is there. Hopefully not more than 13, he says. I have ran that in that direction before, but I just can't quite remember. We'll have a look. That's about it for the Headington 5 vlog, including today's extras. Bit of a shame on my end for not getting anything for the warm-up, but I just wanted to like really focus on getting the warm-up right. Yeah, so maybe next time we'll try and get some shots of warm-up. We'll see. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, and we'll just go from there. So until the next one, trust the process. Bye.